John Melvin, MBU Agency, your host, Edutainment. Let me start off by asking you a question. What is the reason for purchasing life insurance? See, if you're anything like I was, when I first got into this industry, my answer was just in case if you die too soon. But my mentor taught me that the reason why wealthy people purchase life insurance is just in case if they live too long. Sounds kind of weird, right? Just in case if you think you're going to live too long, buy life insurance. Let me show you exactly why and how that works. What I'm going to draw right here is an umbrella. And this umbrella represents life insurance. So let's just say, for an example, you have $500,000 worth of life insurance on you. Since I drew an umbrella, I would have to draw a cloud, right? So that's what we're going to do right now, is we're going to draw a cloud, and we're going to name this cloud taxes. Now, my question to you is, if it was raining taxes, where would you want to have your hard-earned savings if it was raining taxes? That's right, underneath the umbrella of life insurance. So every single month in, month out, or even once a year, or whatever have you, you will put your hard-earned savings underneath life insurance, the umbrella of life insurance. Now, the reason why you want to do this is the same reason why other individuals that we know of did the same thing. Say people like Ray Kroc. Ray Kroc did this when he wanted to open up McDonald's. He put his money underneath the umbrella of life insurance. He didn't take income for many years, and how he survived is through pulling money out of his plan. People like J.C. Penney. J.C. Penney lost most of all his money in the Great Depression, but he still had his money that was underneath his umbrella of life insurance, and he was able to keep the store afloat. Think of individuals like Walt Disney. Walt Disney didn't have any money when he wanted to start his amusement park, but he did have some money that was underneath the umbrella of insurance. Back then, he had the permanent insurance policy. He was able to pull money out, start his park, and that's how he got his start. Because if you were to pass away prematurely too soon, your family will receive $500,000 tax-free. See, wealthy people, they care about living, they care about, making sure that they don't outlive their money. Well, if you live too long, there's a living benefit where your money is linked to a index, say like a S&P 500, either a NASDAQ or a Dow Jones. Let's just use the S&P 500. Every single month when you put your money in, it earns interest. So unlike other plans like 401ks, IRAs, mutual funds, when you put money in those plans, they defer your taxes. So you have to pay taxes when the market, you have to pay taxes later on. And hopefully, we don't know what the tax rate is going to be in the future, but you have to imagine, or you have to ask yourself, how did 401ks come into existence? Well, when 401ks first came into existence, it was for executives to hide their money, to put their bonus checks away when the taxes were higher. So the best time to have a 401k is when taxes are high. And what happens is over the years, taxes were going to be lower, and people could withdraw their money, defer their taxes to later on, 10, 15, 20 years, 30 years from now, when taxes are lower, and then they can withdraw their funds and pay a lower tax. The problem today is right now taxes are what? Taxes are already low. So if taxes are already low today, we know that the government is in debt. Okay, we know that the government is not doing too well, and the government only makes its money two ways: either cut spending or raise what? That's right, taxes. So since we know the government makes its money by raising taxes, and we're already in a low tax bracket, and we're so far in debt, how many presidents is in between now and your retirement? So with that being said, we know taxes in the future have to go what? Up. So if we know taxes are going up, why would we want to put our hard-earned savings into a vehicle where we can't control the taxes and we can't control the market loss as well? But watch this. If you put your money inside of this plan, let's say it earns interest, one of the key things that we already discussed is there's no taxes on the gains. So if you put, say, 50 grand in over time, but let's just say it earned interest through the S&P 500, and your 50 grand in the 20-year time frame, 25-year time frame, whatever have you, earned up to, say, 250,000. Normally, if you put 50 grand in and the total ends up being 250, that means you earn 200,000 in interest. You have to pay taxes on that 200,000. Since you're underneath this plan, since your money falls underneath the umbrella of life insurance, the IRS code, it's an IRS code that's Internal Revenue Code 7702. We all know what internal revenue codes are. We know about the 401ks, the 403bs, the 529s. Those are all internal revenue codes, but there's a code that most of us don't know exists, and it's a 7702. And this code states that any funds, any monies that's underneath the umbrella of life insurance have some key features or some key benefits. And one of those benefits happens to be no taxes on the gains. A guy running for president, most of you know who he is named Donald Trump. Okay, but he's running for president, and in his tax plan, what he discussed is what he's going to do if he was president. Well, where he would get the funding, where he would get the money, if you were to Google Donald Trump's tax plan, you will read in there, it says life insurance tax shelter repealed. What that means, and it also says wealthy individuals are dumping most of their money into these plans to earn interest and not paying taxes. And what we would do is we would repeal that, stop that, so that way they can no longer participate in these plans. So that way they have to put those inside of other plans where they would have to pay the taxes. So if it wasn't legit, if it wasn't a good deal, first of all, why would the wealthy use it? And why would a billionaire named Donald Trump put that inside of his tax plan to repeal it if he was president? That's a red flag. So there's no taxes on the gains. Another thing is there's no market loss. So unlike the other plans, like, maybe your retirement plan that you have right now, your 401k or whatever have you, you're subject to market loss. Let's just say you had $1,000 sitting inside your account and the market tanks 50%. How much do you have now? That's right, $500. But let's just say the market comes back 50%. How much do you have now? You lost 50, you started with 1,000, you lost 50, now you're at 500, the market comes back a positive 50, how much do you have now? When I ask this question, most of my clients will quickly say 1,000, but really, we think it's the same because we lose 50, we gain 50, but once you calculate a loss, the numbers will never be equal again. So what happens is if you have 500 because you lost 50, if you get 50% back, the plus 50, you're only getting 50% of where you're at, which is 50% of the 500, which is $250. So that means you're at now a total of $750, not back to your 1,000. So what that means is whenever you take a loss, whatever percentage you lost, the market has to almost double that percentage just to get you back to where you started. So you won't even make any money if the market almost does a double. Kapowie. That's a big deal. So one thing that we teach our clients at the MBU agency is we teach our clients to get out of scenarios or get your funds out of the situations or tools or products that you can't control. Now, you definitely want to diversify, but if you're not using life insurance as one of your methods, you might want to give us a call. So we know that in this plan, by putting monies underneath the umbrella of life insurance, there's no taxes on the gains and there's no market loss. Well, one of the final features to this is liquidity. Your money, you have access to it. You have liquid access to your money. You don't have to wait till 59 and a half. You don't get hit with a 10% penalty like you do on other plans. You have access to these funds when you need it. You might want to send a kid to college and pay for it. You might want to buy a new home. You might want to extend a room on your home. You might want to purchase a new car, whatever you need the funds for. These monies are yours and you have access to these funds penalty free. So just to recap, Wealthy people purchase life insurance, not just in case they die, but that's still a benefit that comes with it. But they purchase insurance to put money underneath the umbrella of insurance to have it earn interest through the S&P 500. The interest earned that they put under here, they have full access to this interest, or to the monies. They have full access to it. They don't have to worry about the market decreasing and market loss like they have to do in their other plans. And there's no taxes on the monies that they earned in interest. If you don't have this kind of plan and you think that you want to take advantage of something like this, definitely reach out to us. Our key thing is utilizing what's out there. So you definitely want to give us a call and set up a time with one of our advisors, go over and see if this is a right plan for you.